take it back to the days when the sun wanna shine, but the birds still fly like they used to. And the chick that I love is making me go nuts in my ear saying I don't wanna lose you.
Moosh and Twist, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
So Moosh, how did you guys come together as a hip-hop duo? Tell me a little bit about your history.
Well, me and this guy right here, we met in 1st grade at the age of 6. And like through that time, like from 1st to 8th grade, just like developed a great friendship. We were best friends. And in 8th grade, we just started rapping. And from there, it just kind of catapulted, and we're here now.
Great. So sounds like you just did it for fun. Was that the case? I mean, you were just kind of rapping together in 8th grade and enjoying it?
Yeah, like we were doing it for fun, and just because like we love music so much, and just like because of good feedback, we kind of like pursued it as a career. And
okay, so yeah, I want to know more about Moosh and Twist. How successful have you been so far? What are some of your biggest hits and your most favorite songs?
Yeah, so we started around 8th grade, but I guess around 10th or 11th grade, we put out a video of us rapping in his car. We had this song called Possibilities, and we just filmed ourselves. We put it on YouTube, and that was kind of the first time people really took notice of us of a more legitimate standpoint, you know? And then the summer going into senior year of high school, we put out a video called Live It Up. Yeah. And that was directed by this guy out of Pittsburgh called Rex Arrow. And we put that out. You know, it got a couple thousand views at first, and before you knew it, it was at like 200,000 in a couple months. And then another big video we put out was called City Kids. You know, we're from Philly, so we wanted to do a song, you know, telling people where we're from, Philadelphia. Exactly. So we put that out. And right now, that's like almost 800,000 views on YouTube, close to 1 million. So
we're trying to get that 1 million. Hopefully this right here gets us there.
So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I would say Live It Up and City Kids were the two first like big hits, you know?
Yeah, great, great. So what is a typical week like for you guys as far as practicing your craft? Yeah. Tell me what it's like.
Like a typical week would be starting on Sunday, it's kind of like gathering ourselves from the last week, but like Monday through Thursday might be rehearsal, studio sessions, meetings with our manager, Evan, and like Friday, Saturday, out of town doing shows. We do shows at least like maybe twice a week. So.
What types of shows? Where do you guys play?
Like this Friday, we're going to be in South Carolina. We're going to Clemson University. So that the audience, it ranges. Sometimes it'll be 200 kids, sometimes it'll be 1,500 kids, you know? Mm-hmm. We've opened for a lot of different acts, we've headlined a lot of different shows, but, you know, as you said, studio sessions a lot, get it in there. But it's not a typical 9 to 5, you know? We might get in there at 8 at night and leave at 3 a.m.
We work the other 9 to 5,
yeah.
9 p.m.
The opposite 9 to 5.
Right, right.
And that was pretty hard when we were still in high school, senior year. We would get home at 2 a.m. and our parents would be kind of pissed at us. They would be mad. It was all worth it. But now that we're not in school, because we graduated high school a couple months ago and just chose to do music full time. So now that we're not in school, it's definitely a lot more freedom, you know? It's a toll on your body, though, traveling and airplanes, and it's what we love, though, so it's cool, you know? Yeah. Sometimes we have to crash we have no hotel, so we have to sleep at the airport.
Right.
But it's what it is.
Whatever works,
it's all
right?
about, you know?
Good for
whatever
you,
works.
good for you.
Yeah.
So I guess that helped you balance your schedule a lot when you were in high school, was the fact that you were passionate about what you were doing.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. It just gave us a goal to work through, you know? Mm-hmm. Right. Kids were kind of, they didn't know what they wanted to do for college, and they, you know, but we love music, so we just focused on graduating and, you know, having a good time and putting out music that people enjoyed. We enjoy it, so it was cool.
So do you guys write your own lyrics, and where do you get your inspiration from?
We write all of our own lyrics, and like he writes his lyrics, I write my lyrics, and a lot of choruses we collaborate and like put our ideas together. And our inspiration is basically, like we say all the time, just like life and experiences, you know, what we've been through. High school was a huge theme that we kind of like ran with, like for most of our lyrics, but just what we go through, the lives we live, our relationship as best friends, our manager. Everything,
you know? When you're 18, 17, 19, you know, obviously girls drive you crazy, parents stress you out,
yep.
You know, relationships with different people, growing apart from old friends, just everyday life and living in Philadelphia, the city, just experiencing different things. Yep. We've been traveling a lot more than we're used to. You know, we've been to St. Louis and everywhere, Connecticut, that I would have never been to without this. So it's just cool traveling with the people you enjoy spending time with.
Right.
Yeah. So back to those high school themes for a minute.
Yeah.
Can you guys give me just a quick sample?
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, this is a little expert from our hit City Kids. Now you can get with this, or you can get with that, cause we doing it big and we bridging the gap. Yeah, we be on the road, but you know where it's at, and you know where it's at, and you know where it's at.
We only making hits.
Yep.
You hear that bass clap. We do it for our city, putting Philly on the map. No matter where we go, you know we bringing it back, cause we be bringing it back, and we be bringing it back like, brah. Yeah.
And that was from our record City Kids. So go check it out on YouTube. You know.
Very cool.
Thank you.
So, how do you guys feel about rap music's bad rep, especially for the content of the lyrics? What is your opinion about that, and how do you approach your own lyrics?
Well, we talk about things that we know, you know?
Right.
We talk about experiences that we live. We don't ever lie. Every line that we write, that we rap on a track, you know, it's what we do. So we just kind of are responsible for our own selves. But the bad rep that rap music gets, I guess, you know, the whole stereotype that it's against women and degrading women and stuff.
And even the language.
Even
right?
language, yeah. We don't really curse that much in our songs. We try not to at all, because, you know, we like to play it for our 70-year-old grandmas and our 5-year-old little brothers, you know?
Yep.
So that's something that we take pride in,
Right.
because when we write lyrics, we really try hard to use interesting vocabulary, and we don't try to be lazy, you know? And sometimes when people curse in their lyrics, it's like a sign of laziness, but we try to stay away from that. But as far as what we do with music, we try to be positive, you know? Hip-hop is actually like becoming a lot more positive in the recent years, in my opinion, and I think it's definitely on a good path, you know? Just positivity, having fun, living life.
And did I hear somewhere that you mentioned being inspired by Shakespeare and poetry?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, like definitely that's a huge part of like what we do. Because we had this teacher in 7th grade, we had the same like English teacher, and like she was heavy on grammar and Shakespeare, and we did like a play in school, A Midsummer's Night Dream. And it kind of just inspired us from there. From there, we just kind of like enjoyed his work and kind of applied it to our own work. So we still had that poetic sense to our work. So
just like from imagery and metaphors and, you know, so that's something we take pride in as well. Shakespeare, if he was alive, he'd probably be one of the best rappers out.
Yeah.
He's so smart with his lyrics, and he drew that picture in your head, you know? That's cool.
That's very cool. So talk about your decision to pursue a music career rather than go to college right after high school. How did your families feel about that? You know, how did you come to this decision? I know you said you're really passionate about your craft, but, you know, was it a hard decision, and will you end up going to college, do you think?
I think we're going to go to school eventually.
At some point.
But it was a very hard decision, and it took a lot of convincing and just a lot of work, a lot of groundwork, because we had to show our parents, like, this is what we do, and it's what we get joy out of. It's positive. It's bringing us income, like, and it's just what we want to do.
Yeah.
So it took a lot of groundwork, but now, like, they appreciate it. They're 100% supportive.
Which is cool, you know?
So everybody's on the same path.
It was a hard, like, decision to actually follow through with, but I think it's what we always wanted to do, you know? I guess our friends were applying to colleges, and we were starting to, but we were just thinking, I don't really know if I want to do that. Music is what we love, so our parents are behind us, you know? So that's the coolest part about it.
That is, you've got the support.
Yeah, that's what you need.
So what are some of the challenges that you faced as young entrepreneurs in the music business?
Where do we start?
Yeah.
Where do we start? Everything, just from like financing our own trips, like 2 18-year-olds like buying plane tickets for just like our band, our DJ. It's hard, like dealing with different kind of like promoters, different people, different prices for shows and everything like that. Buying our own videos, promotion and marketing. So it's pretty much hard, but
yeah. Well, when we went into it, it was just strictly we wrote music, we recorded it, and put it out. But now, you know, we also have to be involved in business, so.
It's the machine, right?
Yep, it's everything. So we have lawyers, we have a manager, we have different DJs, band members we work with, you know. So it's just, another issue, I guess, would be that it seems like everybody is trying to rap and make music, especially in Philly. So you kind of have to really fight to have people appreciate your music, and to realize that we're not just like everybody else. So it's kind of, it's competition between everybody, but it's just, it seems like way too many people are trying to do something they're not really supposed to do,
Right.
you know?
So you guys have been pretty successful so far, though. So what's your key to success, or how do you feel like you're succeeding where others haven't? And how are you dealing with all of that competition and kind of charging head on into it and becoming successful?
Yeah. Good question.
Pretty much just like working hard and taking, like being open to what's out there and taking a little bit like of what everybody else has to offer and putting it in our music.
Yep.
So like there's some rock in our music, alternative, hip hop, hardcore rap, everything that people would like, it's in our music, so they wouldn't have to go elsewhere, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
And we just like to have fun, you know? We interact with our fans after shows. We'll stay around and take pictures with kids and talk to kids. And it's a small world. You'd be surprised. We were in D.C. and after a show, a girl, she knew someone we went to high school with. And it's just, you just talk to people and you just network and you just be yourselves. I think that's what the biggest thing where we're at right now is because we're not really trying to do something that is fake, you know? Like sitting right here, we're just Moosh and Twist, two 18-year-olds right out of high school, just loving to make music, putting it out, having fun. We'll see where it takes us, you know?
Yep. Being authentic, huh?
Yeah, exactly, you know?
Exactly.
So.
Good, good. So what about places like Facebook and Twitter? I mean, have those been important for you guys as far as getting the word out to fans and really starting to market and generate interest in the group?
Yeah, definitely. Facebook, I'd say that's one of the top things, you know? I guess in 11th grade we made a Facebook group for our group, our rap group, OCD, and a couple hundred people joined it, and we had friends in different high schools, and I went to Friend Select, and he went to Haverford High in Haverford, Pennsylvania. So we kind of just had like two separate, he had the suburbs, I had the city, you know, and kids would support us our age.
Right.
And then before you know it, I think we're up to like 25,000 members on our Facebook page right now, so that's really good. And then Twitter's, we got a couple, I guess we got a couple months ago maybe, and we're both at around 4,000 followers. So Twitter's cool, you can talk directly back to people that talk to you.
Right.
Same with Facebook, you know?
Right. Yeah, so you can really have that two-way conversation.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
great. So what has been the best part about this for both of you so far? I know you both love the music, but if you could go beyond that even, you know, even if you have like a story or an anecdote that you remember, meeting somebody, whatever, what has been the best part?
A highlight was performing at like the Philadelphia concert called Powerhouse. Like there's a big concert at Power 99, the local hip hop station through, and it's just like each year they have like great artists, and like this year like we were incorporated in the lineup, and that just meant a lot to us being here from Philadelphia.
Yeah.
So that was awesome, and it was just like being back there with so much star power and being a part of an event like that was just huge for us.
A lot of energy.
Yeah.
It was at the Wells Fargo Center, you know, and I think it was sold out. There were like 15,000 people there. And like we used to go and watch like AI play for the Sixers at the Wells Fargo Center, and now we're performing there. So that was definitely a highlight.
Wow.
And just, you know, seeing enjoyment from other people from our music.
Right.
Like when kids write to us stuff like that, one of our songs really, they really related to it, and you could really see the sincerity in what they say. Like that's the coolest part, you know? When you're on stage and kids in the audience like really into it, just like we are, it's nothing else like that.
Well, on that same note, what advice would you give to a young entrepreneur who's watching this and thinking, I want to do the same thing, maybe not, you know, hip hop per se, but because you said there's a lot of people crowding that field, but you know, what advice would you give to them?
That you can do it on your own. Like it's not, you don't need, well, in the music industry, you don't need a record label. You just need your own tools, and you need like good people around you, a good team around you, like your team who's like dedicated to your cause. And just like somebody who's gonna have your back, willing to fight for you, whatever you need. So, just like building a good foundation, a good team, and somebody to help you like get where you need to be.
Who is your team? Tell me who's on your team.
Well, that's my brother right here. We were adopted when we were younger, so like we fight for each other no matter what.
Right.
Then we have our manager, Evan Reynolds.
And us three, basically, we're like the prime players. So like, and I feel like if us three are together on the same page, like I don't think nobody can tell us anything.
Yeah.
So.
And another word of advice I would just say that people always told us was just whatever you do, if you play the guitar or you sing or you rap, just be confident when you show people or express your skills, you know, because it's like when we hear people, when people want to hear us, like if we don't believe in ourselves, no one else will.
Right.
So you have to make sure that no matter what you're doing, playing soccer, cooking, whatever, work hard and be the best at what you do, and focus on the things you're good at and try to get better at the things you're bad at, and just always don't be afraid to express your skills, you know?
Right.
If you're a great cook, cook me that souffle, you know? Make it taste amazing.
Yeah.
know?
And where do you guys see yourself in the next couple of years? I mean, where's, I know the sky's the limit, but where do you want to be?
Just capitalizing on everything we do now. Just like everything we do now to like the third power on steroids pretty much. Just pretty much huge, and just taking over what we do best and still enjoying our music and making the fans happy pretty much.
Yeah. You know, we do shows now with a couple hundred people, as I said. It will range, but it would be crazy to one day go out on a tour and every show sold out and everybody knows every word, and that's the goal. Who knows where we'll be in a couple years, but just a major goal we've had from the beginning. It might be a crazy dream, but we definitely want to make it to the Grammys at some point. 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, that's a goal, you know? It's like the music lover's dream, so that right there, yeah.
And last question, where did the name Moosh and Twist come from? Gotta ask.
Well, Moosh is like a family nickname that I was just
given as a little baby
from my mom. So.
And
then
Twist?
Twist, my name is Oliver, so Oliver Twist, you know.
Right.
But they just kind of express who we are, you know. Moosh is the smooth guy, Twist is the other guy. I don't know, but it kind of just works together.
Yeah.
And then OCD, we just are obsessed with music. We're obsessed with trying to be perfect, even though it's not perfect. Never happens, you know. So it kind of just comes together. It's just we got it in middle school and stuff, stuck with it. It's cool.
Great. Well, I wish you guys luck. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for your time.
When the sun wanna shine, but the birds still fly like they used to. And the chick that I love is making me go nuts.